901-360-8255. That's 901-360-8255 to join the show on the Sissy's Log Cabin listener line. I think we're still not with Brett, so let's go ahead and get to top story of the day, and we'll catch back up with Brett.
Top story of the day.
Well, my top story of the day, it's got to be all of the NBA action over the weekend. Plenty of really exciting storylines, I think. When you get to what happened yesterday in the Orioles and, or excuse me, not the Orioles, good Lord, that's baseball. When we get to the Magic and the Cavs game, that was really fun. Game 7, I think, Magic go up big, and then here come the Cavs, and they come back and end up winning that really, really comfortably in that one. But then also, Saturday night, we get the Timberwolves and the Nuggets started their season, and really, really fun just to see Anthony Edwards and what he's done this NBA playoffs. Has been fun to watch. I mean, he, I think, was already like a young rising star in this league. You could already see what
you can see he's really
could look like for him. But it's really been late in this season and in the NBA playoffs that star has really started to shine. You see him making these plays. You see him taking over late in games and looks like a full-on star in this league. And I think it's been a welcome surprise, and I think it's definitely something that could help the Timberwolves keep this series competitive, maybe even win this series, which is crazy to think, but they've already taken one. So I think this one could be a really fun one that probably goes 7 games.
And with DeMichael today, and with in our dialogue today as well, I'm going to think about 2 years ago where the Grizzlies were and where Minnesota was.
Yeah.
And since that time, everything that's gone well for them and horribly for the Grizzlies. I mean, we were right there in this period of changeover in the NBA to really seize on it, and that's my top story. Mm-hmm. The NBA down to its version of the Elite Eight in a year that will be remembered as the torch being passed in a real changing of the guard. I think it's Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic's league now with Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, SGA, Brunson, Mitchell, and some other new stars. They're all here, and this was supposed to be our time. This was supposed to be the Grizzlies seizing on that opening with its young stars. The new day dawning with Ja and as the major centerpiece, as our superstar, and he wrecked it for himself and for this franchise for the short term. Now, he couldn't help the injury, but he could help all that other stuff that really led into this, and it's why it makes next year crucial.
Not top story of the day.
Well, my not top story of the day, it's got to be the busy weekend for Memphis football on the recruiting trail. A lot of news coming in over the weekend. I guess I'll start with what happened last night when the Tigers picked up a commitment from UMass running back Greg DeRochers Jr. He committed to Memphis last night. He visited the campus earlier, but an interesting pickup for them because we already saw one running back enter the transfer portal, and so I don't think it would have been a massive surprise, or I don't think anybody anticipated another running back joining this group. But now here we are, a younger running back from UMass. He spent 2 seasons at UMass, but didn't get a ton of carries 2 years ago. Ran for 210 yards and 2 touchdowns on 44 carries. Then last year in 2023, 301 yards and 4 carries on 37 carries. 4 touchdowns on 37 carries. Also caught 15 passes for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns. He only posted a week ago from last night that he had received an offer, so very quick from getting the offer, at least announcing the offer, to committing to Memphis. I think this is a guy that could come in and really learn the system this year, kind of sit, and then maybe next spring start competing to be on that depth chart as a 1 or 2. He also has a lot of experience at UMass with their return game, kick return, punt return, so could be seen used in special teams. Late last night, I should say. Today's kind of when a lot of people have seen it, but late last night, really close to midnight, Reggie Grimes II, a defensive lineman from Oklahoma, committed to Memphis, a big-time pickup for Ryan Silverfield. This is what Jonah Dillon said about him right after he committed. Grimes was a highly ranked recruit out of Ravenwood High School and played 4 seasons in Norman, totaling 43 tackles. He's the second transfer commit of the spring for the Tigers. So I think a big pickup for Ryan Silverfield to shore up that defense, and I think is a definitely big addition. And then over the weekend, I saw two stories, something to keep an eye on when it comes to Tiger football recruitment. I've talked a little bit about the 4-star quarterback Antoine Hill. He's the top uncommitted quarterback in the class of 2025. There's a story on On3 about him where he talked about kind of the two schools that has shown the most interest in him and that he really likes are Florida and Memphis. He also has two visits set up. Those are his two official visits right now. Florida on May 31st and Memphis on June 7th. And this story on On3 talked about how since Memphis started contacting him, got him in on an unofficial visit, that they have slowly started to move up. And the writer of the story, Chad Simmons, even logged a pick for Memphis on his predictions for On3 that the 4-star quarterback would commit to Memphis. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Like I said, he'll be here on a visit June 7th. And then his teammate down at Houston County in Georgia, offensive lineman Peyton Joseph. He's a top 150 offensive lineman, 4-star. There's a story on Knowles 247, which is Florida State's 247 site, where he talked about right now his top two schools were Memphis and Florida State. He has an official visit set up with both those schools. Memphis, he's coming in the same time as his teammate Antoine Hill on June 7th. But he said right now it's about 50-50 for him. He's not leaning one way or the other, but those are his top two schools. I think this is awesome for Ryan Silverfield to be in recruiting matchups with 4-stars between Florida and Florida State. That is a great spot to be in for Ryan Silverfield. Shows how committed he is, how he's going out there and he doesn't care what the stars are. He doesn't care the other schools that are going after these players. He is identifying big-time players, and he's going after them.
Reggie Grimes is the big one. I don't know how many people he could play for, but he could play for just about everybody. Sure. And I was once at a SEC championship game, 1999. Bama beat Florida, and you can go to YouTube and see it. His dad playing inside, defensive tackle for Alabama, tip pass, returned it for a touchdown in a Bama rout of Florida. Cow. So really good family there, and I knew his dad pretty well, Reggie Grimes, and this is a big-time player. And go to his highlight reel at OU, at OU against Texas in Red River, and see what he can do. He can play for a lot of people. My not top story, lose 2 out of 3 to the White Sox means you may never win another game. Cardinals back in last place, and maybe just scantily better than last year, starting pitching a little bit better. Maybe. So far, not as many injuries. Back-to-back losing seasons on the way. Back-to-back last place probably on the way. And if the injury bug hit at the wrong time, 100-loss season on the way.
Brett, you did good. You know, you just gave the facts, Jack. Honestly, it's bad.
It really was no editorial in there, was it?
No, I loved it. I thought we were gonna get complete ripping, complete losing of your promise of not ripping baseball. But
I'm waiting at least till I go to the Red Sox series.
Good luck with that. Honestly, I mean, I don't know if we'll get that far. I know it's only a couple weeks away, but.
Feels dicey, doesn't it?
It feels like we're really, really getting there. Well, that'll do it for top and not top story of the day. Let's go ahead and get to our first break. And when we come back, plenty to talk about. We'll talk about the NBA. We also have picks to make. We'll do that next on Sports Time.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Are you aware? It's patio season. Family Leisure sure is. That's why they have factory direct pricing on swimming pools, spas, and even, yes, patio furniture. Yes, sir, it's indeed patio season. So come by Family Leisure and check out all the brand new 2024 patio furniture sets. And with patio season here, you know that pool season will be here before you even know it. So buy now to get in line for your pool installation and get preseason pricing. Plus, you could save $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, even up to $5,000 on all spas and swim spas. Family Leisure has got special pricing on all in-stock saunas, theater seating, pool tables, and even outdoor kitchens. I love it when it's patio season because of all the fantastic deals that Family Leisure makes available just for you. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you need bold banners to boost your business, but you're on a budget, think Staples. Posters, flyers, signs, and menus for less? Think Staples. Staples can print anything you need to move your business forward. Now at Staples, save $50 on your print purchase of $150 or more. Same-day service available on hundreds of items if you order by noon. And all backed by Staples' Print Perfect guarantee. So it's done right or it's printed again free. Staples, your local print and marketing expert. And 6-1, visit staples.com/print for details.
Yo, Mark, long time no see. You still down at Dyer's?
Man, I'm not down at Dyer's. I'm out at Collierville Historic Town Square.
When'd you move out there?
We've been out there for about 13 years. We've got the shops, the park, we got the train the kids like to play on.
You still cooking those burgers the old-fashioned way?
Man, we're still flattening out those hamburger balls on a slab of marble and skillet frying them the old-fashioned way like they've been doing for 100 years.
Dude, you still have those onion rings.
Man, they're fantastic. Hand-breaded, served up just right.
I loved those milkshakes. Please tell me you're still doing those.
Man, we are hand-dipping those shakes, putting them in the old glass in the shake tin, served the old-fashioned way.
You got any new items out there I need to know about?
We're just doing a lot of gourmet sandwiches. We've got farm-raised catfish straight out of the Delta. We've got some hot tamales from Pasquale's Tamales out of Helena, Arkansas.
Man, are they served in the husk?
What those guys like to say, they're so good, you'll suck the shuck.
Go see my buddy Mark at Dyer's Cafe in Collierville's historic town square.
Anticipation is building for Memphis football.
3, 2, 1, that's your winner!
With a cast of returning stars ready for the big stage.
Caught! Rock Taylor! Touchdown Tigers!
The momentum for Memphis football is on the rise.
Harrigan into the end zone. Tiger touchdown. He just wouldn't be denied.
It's time to pounce. So purchase your tickets today at GoTigersGo.com.
This Sports 56 traffic report is brought to you by Luttrell Belting. They keep you moving.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. Already some traffic volume waiting for you over here on 240 East up by Poplar. Looks good right now on 240 as you get on to 385 Bill Morris Parkway, headed on out to Collierville. It has picked up with more volume just in the last few minutes. Certain sections of Sam Cooper, especially going outbound back towards the interstate. 24/7 reliable crane and rigging services right here in Memphis. Make it Tomahawk Crane and Rigging. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Brian Brett with you in our Family Leisure Studios. It was a busy weekend for the NBA. We had a couple games Friday night, but I know a lot of people were really excited for the start of that Timberwolves and Nuggets series. Saturday night, the standalone NBA game on Saturday, and it really lived up to the hype. For game one, at least, Timberwolves come out and just get all on top of the Nuggets. I think at 12-2 before you could even look up at the
Ball
game.
Arena really quiet.
It really did. It really did. And so I thought, Nuggets at home. I think they're going to be able to come back and win this game.
Not even close.
And they tried to make it competitive, but could never really get that kind of home court groove that they usually get, and it was all Timberwolves, and it was all Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards looked unbelievable. He's looked really, really good this entire playoffs. But some of the things he was doing late in that game when it looked like, okay, here comes Denver. Maybe Denver's going to, come back and tie this game up, take a lead. And he would just go down and hit shots to really put them away. So I thought a really good game. But you also look at guys like Mike Conley knocked down some big-time shots late in that game. He's been a massive factor for this team, and I love to see it because I think a lot of us thought when he left Memphis that was kind of the decline of his career, but has kind of had a resurgence here with the Timberwolves and playing a very key role for them this year.
And it's so aggravating. I touched on it in my top story. It's so aggravating. This was going to be the Grizzlies' time.
Yeah.
This is what Ja was going to be. Anthony Edwards. We were going to be the Timberwolves. We were going to be the ones that Kendrick Perkins saying, "You better look out for those boys." And nothing's gone right for the Grizzlies since eliminating Minnesota 2 years ago.
That's a really good point. These guys that have now pretty much are taking the league by storm in the Timberwolves.
And Minnesota got better getting rid of Patrick Beverley.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And kind of before, we kind of knew Patrick Beverley was kind of different. But before he even played the Grizzlies in that play-in win where he jumps up and starts popping his jersey like they just won the NBA Finals. So you kind of knew something was there, but certainly Minnesota said, let's get rid of him. Let's bring some other guys in, and it's played out for them in a huge way. Naz Reid, him coming off the bench, I think has been huge. That's a guy that I was reading a story a couple weeks ago before he won Sixth Man of the Year where he was kind of talking about how over the offseason, he had a decision to make and could have gone other places and, maybe have been a starting big for them. But he said, I want to stay here in Minnesota. I think I can play a role here. I know what my defined role will be, and I think I can help this team. And he's been massive. 16 points yesterday, 4 rebounds, 3 assists off the bench, given 23 minutes off the bench. They are really clicking on all cylinders. Now, tonight's game, I know a lot of people have been talking about today, Rudy Gobert is questionable for that game for personal reasons. The Timberwolves themselves have not come out and said it, but it's being reported by several different people. His girlfriend, his longtime girlfriend, is pregnant, and they were expecting her to give birth some point during this playoffs. It looks like today could be the day, so he may or may not be playing for them tonight, which could certainly change things.
Who has the baby first, Rudy Gobert or Scottie Scheffler?
Well, have we gotten an update on
Scottie Scheffler? Was going to miss the Masters a few weeks ago.
And has now been out of 2 tournaments and haven't really gotten an update from him. Hope Scottie's doing well.
So understandable there, and Minnesota just took them apart. They threw it down on them and let the whole world know about it. And the Anthony Edwards technical in that game, that was horrendous. Yeah. And I think will be rescinded.
I think so. Yeah, you would hope so at least. But you never know now with officials and officiating. That will be a really fun game tonight.
He got a technical for staring.
Yeah. It's a new one for me.
Angel Hernandez is now NBA ref.
Yeah, he's has to get 2 jobs now reffing, doing NBA and MLB. So
in these playoffs, hockey and NBA, we're down to 8 teams in each.
Right.
Boston, Dallas, Denver, and Madison Square Garden have both tenants in the playoffs. We could get all Stanley Cup, all NBA Finals in the same buildings.
Wouldn't that be something?
I'd have to do the research if that's ever happened.
Well, yeah, that would be, certainly would be something for a big number if you could get that information.
And I couldn't get my leaves over.
Oh, man.
I couldn't get them through again.
Man.
It's never going to happen.
This close, Brett. This close. Had to go to OT in Game 7.
They had not defeated Boston in a Game 7 since 1959.
Is that right?
They ran archival footage of it. Not only were all the other players without masks, the goalies were without mask.
How far we've come.
That was dumb in 59, wasn't it?
Well, yes. You would have thought somebody would have said, hey, look, we got to have something in front of our face.
And it looked slower than Methuselah watching that play.
Oh, yeah. Yes. But no. Our Leafs, man, I gotta hang up the Leaf sweater for the season after.
So now we've got on one side Canada versus Canada. Mm-hmm. That's the only one that can get through, and hadn't been a Canadian champion since '93, hadn't been an all-Canadian Stanley Cup since '89.
That's crazy. I mean, I think anybody
and it's their sport.
Well, yeah, and I think anybody that is not a hockey fan, who's not keeping an eye on hockey, would say, of course, Canada has definitely won Stanley Cup.
That's crushing to them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like you said, that is their sport, so that is kind of a shocker. But I don't know. There's some good teams out there.
And at Vancouver, Edmonton, neither one of them, I think, will win it.
Oh, I don't know. Edmonton could win it.
You think they could?
If they start clicking, I mean, they've got the two best players left in the playoffs, maybe two best players in all of hockey on their team. They could win it, but it hadn't been successful for them in the past, so maybe not.
NBA back yet. It's not. We've got some picks to make on NBA. We had the group lock on Denver. We're all down 0-1 there. So Oklahoma City, Dallas. Who's everybody got?
Yikes. I'll go with Dallas here. I think this is going to be another close series. I mean, I'm curious to see what Oklahoma City does in the second round after making it look really easy in the first round against the Pelicans. Now, Pelicans were shorthanded. I don't know how much you trust the Pelicans, but give me Dallas, even though Maxi Kleber out, and that's going to be a big-time loss for them.
Johnny,
who you got in Dallas and OKC?
I got OKC.
Interesting.
I've got Oklahoma City as well after the play-in and that first round. I'm 9-5, and y'all are both 8-6. I got lucky with Cleveland late in that one yesterday. So I have Oklahoma City. Johnny has Oklahoma City. Bryant, you have Dallas. Indiana and the Knicks. Give me the Knicks.
Give me the Knicks. Yeah, I like the Knicks in this one, so I think they pull it off.
I got the Knicks as well.
Oh, wow.
Group lock.
How about that?
We're 4-1 in NBA group lock so far in the playoffs. And Boston and Cleveland. Here's another group lock, I think.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Boston.
Yeah,
Boston.
I mean, that's easy.
That was easy.
I don't think anybody in their right mind.
Indiana take a game to what?
I think they can maybe take a game. I don't know.
They gonna have one. They're gonna take one.
You think so?
I think they get 1 or 2.
Sure.
They won't win the series.
No.
But aren't we kind of putting the Knicks on a pedestal?
Yeah, we are, but I just don't know. I think the Knicks are good, and I think they definitely showed it. I need to see the Pacers need to prove it to me. Beat the Knicks with Jalen Brunson playing, then I'll say you're good. But beating the Bucks without Dame and Giannis pretty much that whole series, you got to prove it to me.
Lexus of Memphis brings you this hour every day for us. We appreciate them so much. They're our title sponsor, and they're at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com. Call them at 901-334-9673. Great offers on all 2024 models and always special leasing options. Driving luxury and confidence knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. Stop by today at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and put yourself in the driver's seat of the all-new 2024 flagship LS500. You'll be looking and you'll be driving in style. When you purchase a Lexus, you get top-of-the-line engineering and design, and that makes for the luxury driving experience. Online at lexusofmemphis.com. Experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis.
Well, let's go ahead and get to a break. It was a really, really busy weekend in the sports world, a lot going on. So when we come back from the break, we'll talk about the weekend, what we were keeping our eyes on over the last couple of days. We'll talk about that next on Sports Time.
You already know you can listen to Sports 56 anywhere with the Sports 56 app or at sports56whbq.com. But you can also watch us daily with live video of all of our shows on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, old guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. Free gun inspections and appraisals and free bore sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at classicarmsofmemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Germantown Parkway behind Corky's Barbecue in Cordova.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
You know, one thing we never talk about is how family-friendly Central Barbecue is.
Always has been.
At any Central Barbecue location.
And there are a lot of them.
You know your kids will have a good time and a great meal.
The kids' menu is perfect.
Everything from a grilled cheese to a junior barbecue sandwich to a hot dog, junior chicken sandwich, or classic mac and cheese, and they all come with a side and a small drink, all at a great price.
You just left me with literally nothing to say about kids at Central Barbecue.
I was just trying to be thorough.
You covered everything. What am I supposed to talk about?
The parking?
You just stole the whole commercial.
There's an institution in East Memphis that I love talking about. It's the Spirit Shop at 4848 Poplar Avenue, right down the street from Clark Tower, and it looks like a log cabin. It's been around Memphis since 1969 with a family-owned, friendly, knowledgeable sales staff that is just a wonderful place to go. I love going in and talking wine or bourbons, and they've got such great selection. So if you've not visited the Spirit Shop in a while, it's been remodeled. You'll love what you see when you need spirits. Tell Eddie Wollo said hello.
This Mother's Day, let's celebrate the woman who held our scraped knees, cheered our victories, and nurtured our dreams, and show her the love she deserves. Of course, there's no single gift that can truly express the depths of our love, but this Mother's Day at Genesis Diamonds, we'll help you find something truly special. From sparkling diamonds to timeless pearls to colored gemstones, we have it all. And the trusted experts at Genesis are here to help you find the perfect piece that helps you say, "Thank you, Mom." It's a perfect time to see the amazing collection of exclusive and acclaimed jewelry designers at Genesis, like Gabriel & Company, Shy Creation, Tacori, A. Jaffe, Simon G., and more. You can find all the mothers in your life something unique, handcrafted and beautiful. Jewelry she can wear and appreciate every day. Mom deserves the best. Let us help make this Mother's Day truly unforgettable with something affordable yet timeless. Happy Mother's Day from Genesis Diamonds. On Poplar and Perkins Extended.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
I think the biggest thing this weekend that people were keeping an eye on was the Kentucky Derby. It seems like one of the unique things that all sports fans come together and take a couple of minutes out of their Saturday afternoon to watch the race. And
record wagering.
Was it really? Wow. So that's good. But it was a fun race, and obviously Mystic Dan ends up pulling it out, but we had to go to a photo finish, and even when they threw the photo up, I still couldn't tell who had won, and they were trying to explain to you.
Did you know the mirror was there?
No. Well, that's what they were trying to explain about the mirror, and I was like, well, what's the mirror have to do with anything? Why
then
is there
I saw
a mirror
it.
there? Yeah, and then I saw it.
And the mirror's big to them.
Mirror's really big. And so,
record TV ratings, too.
Oh, that's
the
awesome.
largest TV rating since 1989.
Wow. Interesting. Huh. Wonder why so big this year.
Wagering.
Well, I guess that goes hand in hand. Yeah.
People had skin in the game.
That's right. Interesting. Huh. So yeah, that was a lot of fun Saturday. I did not have any skin in the game.
You did on these airwaves on Friday. That was it. All I had.
Yeah. But I think real money might have made it a little bit differently.
I think the horse I would have bet on is still running.
Yeah.
Good luck to him.
Good luck.
Just open the gate and let him go.
Just let
him be free.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's also interesting. I mean, you watch the Kentucky Derby and it's so fascinating to me because I know nothing about horse racing. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know the first thing about what makes a horse a good racing horse, what makes a horse bad. You know, if it goes
I like
fast,
it. Again, just too slow.
Yes. But, like, while they were walking the horses over and, like, these commentators they have, they're, like, you know, giving their, like, observations about, like this horse is a little sweaty coming out. I'm like, what the world does that mean?
The horse racing analyst named Randy Moss from Hot Springs,
yeah.
He's about 5 years older than me. He was finishing at Fayetteville when I was a freshman. I didn't know my brother did and some others did. He may be the best analyst on any sport ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, he's
I
unbelievable.
mean, he knows and grew up in Hot Springs. He had a tout sheet out around the track at Oaklawn when he was 13 or 14.
That's
How
amazing.
about that? How about that? So, yeah, you hear they're saying, you know, these horses, this horse
And, you know, he
sweating.
crossed over into the NFL a few years ago and was
You're
a
absolutely
mainstay
right.
on the NFL network.
You're
the other
absolutely
Randy
right.
Moss.
Yes, and it became an issue on, I think, one of the WFAN channels around the Super Bowl because they booked the wrong Randy Moss, and we're trying to figure it out. And
Oh, is that right?
yeah, because they go, tomorrow we're gonna have Randy Moss on, and their producer was like, yeah, we're gonna. He's really excited. He goes, but he says I didn't know Randy Moss was into horses, but he said he wants to talk horse racing when he comes on, and they were like, are you sure you booked the right Randy Moss? And he was like, yeah, of course, like. And they were like, you know, there's another Randy Moss who does like horse racing and stuff like that. And he goes, I had no idea. And turns out he had booked the wrong Randy Moss.
He started Hot Springs, big Razorback football fan, and he's among the best out there.
Yeah, no, he's really good. And so
Maybe the best.
You're absolutely right. So yeah, it was fun to watch and kind of hear like the different things about the horses when they get them like actually into the little spot before the start. They're like all kind of watching how the horses react because I guess that makes a difference on how they come out of the gate. So it's kind of fun like listening to them talk about horse racing and me just be like, okay, that's cool.
Well, they know it, and we don't.
No, I certainly don't. But I you know, it seems fun. I mean, every year watching the Kentucky Derby, I was like, I'd watch more horse racing. This is fun.
I watched more of the horse race than I did the car race. Did you watch any of the car race that finished? Photo finish.
Do
they have a mirror at car racing?
You know, Brett, I don't think
I wouldn't
so.
think. I think that'd be dangerous if you
It
crashed
could be a
into.
little, and you know, reflections and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Going
140 miles per hour.
A little risky. I did not watch any of the NASCAR race that had a photo finish.
I didn't watch a second.
Heard about it though, so that's good enough for me, I guess.
I will watch much more horse racing this year than I will NASCAR.
We know how much horse racing you'll watch. So
I got about 5 more minutes in me. the rest of this year.
Yeah.
Brett, I do want to give Brian credit though. Brian did say, Johnny, you shouldn't go with fierceness because a horse never go back to back. And I said, you know what, Brian, you don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
but Brian knew what he was talking
Johnny,
about.
I told you the favorite. I forgot what my note was, but it was something like the favorite hasn't won in forever. And a favorite hasn't won since 2018. I told you.
I have to give Brian his credit.
Hard to do.
I was locked in on the.
You was.
Another thing I wish the coverage would do is pop up. I know Saturday they had to wait for the judge and actually sort out. And it may have been time for them to clear out of the broadcast, but pop up what the money is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
pop
like
up
that.
with the win play show and what on a $2 ticket what that represents.
Oh, that'd be great. That would help so many people. I think just to kind of see it up there, and so they're not having to try to figure out. And
could you? I mean, and it was hard to find Saturday night to find win play show and fourth.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's the big thing is. Because I was talking to somebody and they were like, well, y'all made picks on the show, right? And I was like, yeah. And they were like, did you how did your picks go? And I was like, well, I don't know, because all I heard them say was who won. And so I have no idea who placed or showed. And I kind of tried to look for it while I was talking to them. And I can't find them.
And they know everybody's betting on it. So
why
give
not?
that out.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's like the thing.
And I don't need one of the horse racing snoots to text. And they are the snootiest fans that ever text into here. Don't text me and say, well, you could go to the Thoroughbred Network and get it. I don't even know how to find that on my TV and not going to try.
Thoroughbred Network. How about that? Touche. How about that?
Hell, I can barely find Channel 3.
Well, you make it difficult now. But, yeah, no, I'm with you because, I mean, there's so many other, I know, regular race car racing, like NASCAR. Once the race is done, they immediately throw up the leaderboard and who won in second place, third place, and how far they were behind. I wish they would throw that up there. That would be really helpful.
And Friday, I asked Dick Girardi, and we'll have him back for the Prius. And if well, and I don't know if we'll have him back for the Belmont if there's just no chance at Triple Crown. We may, but and I asked him the state of American thoroughbred racing in the United States.
Yeah.
And there's always that lament. I think one of the biggest things is their fans. You talking about a closed clique society, and they almost don't want you rubes in it. You should be wanting more people watching and involved in it.
You should be out there trying to recruit everybody to come.
It is a little tight-knit society.
It really
is. And I first really realized that when we were very critical of those rulings a few years ago in a couple, maybe even back-to-back derbies, but a couple different times. And they came out to play and to tell us how little we know and how much they know. Look, that's part of the problem.
Yeah, is you're gatekeeping. You're keeping us out of your sport. I don't like that. Again,
sport of kings.
That's right. Well, we were just talking about at the beginning of the show. I mean,
racing
and boxing have kind of gone in the complete opposite direction of what you want it to go. You should be saying, "Hey, look, come join our
come
sport.
all."
Yes, come. We would love to teach you about our sport, but. You're right. It seems like it's the exact opposite. They like to kind of keep it to themselves, and sports racing is ours. So you can have it, I guess. But let's go ahead and wrap up this hour and get to a break. And when we come back, plenty to get to on the other side. We've got David Cobb from CBS Sports. He's going to join us, talk a lot of college basketball, a lot of college football, plenty to get to with both. We'll do that next on Sports Time.
You know, sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Well, I'm armed, but before I bought one, I still went to Top Gun Academy to learn to protect myself without a gun.
How is that possible?
Top Gun's personal protection training. It's perfect if you want to protect yourself without firearms.
I don't know.
And it's perfect if you feel the need to carry a gun for self-defense, because the last thing you really want to do is shoot.
That is scary.
Not at Top Gun. It's very comfortable, and you learn to load, handle, and shoot a handgun safely. Protect yourself. Go to Top Gun Academy. They're at 2770 Witten Road.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. In these uncertain economic times, there are so many things as a contractor and a business owner that I cannot control. The rising cost of materials, not to mention fuel and transportation costs. In the last 2 years, shingle prices have almost doubled, and commercial materials have doubled. And I don't have to tell you what fuel costs these days. But you know what I can control? How much markup I put on a project. I have always prided myself in knowing I never gouge a customer. But in an effort to ensure my crews have work and my customers are being treated fairly, I have lowered my profit margin, hoping to give you a price you can live with and keeping my crews busy. So if you need a roof or gutters, please give us a call. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. Fiveash Roofing, a proud sponsor of Tiger Athletics and a member of the Tigers home team. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is, when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
When you think about insurance and you want great value without sacrificing great service, I want you to think one place: the Eflin Insurance and the entire Eflin Insurance team. Matt and his group of professionals will access 10 leading companies to find the right home and auto program that fits your budget and your absolute needs. The Eflin Insurance team, the number 386-GER, 386-4777.
It's Kubota Days at First Choice Farm and Lawn, and you're saving big. Hi, I'm Johnny Radio from Sports 56. Take advantage of discounts and 0% financing on every piece of Kubota equipment. Join me in Sports 56 Saturday, May 11th, 11 to 1. We'll be giving away golf rounds at Wedgewood Golf Course, Malco movie tickets, food from Coletta's, and more. Kubota's Orange Day sales event at First Choice Farm and Lawn, 12701 Highway 64. See you for Kubota savings on May 11th.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
I'm with John Burgos from the world-famous Rendezvous in the Alley since 1948.
Brett, we have catered parties all over this country and all over the world, from Singapore, Australia to Central Park in New York, but many people don't realize how much we do locally. For holiday events, office parties, tailgating, birthday parties, you can't do better than the Rendezvous. For example, you can get a cheese and sausage tray for 15 to 300 people for $3.75 a person. You can even build your own nacho bar for $10.50 per person. All you need is a minimum of 15 people. In many cases, we can arrange delivery and full-service catering. We've even made it easy to get to-go items. You can just park at our front door in the alley, put on your flashes, and we'll get you going ASAP. For all your catering items and prices, go to hogsfly.com, click on menu, and drop down to catering.
Thank you, John. The Rendezvous, Mr. Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous in the Alley since 1948 and celebrating its 75th year.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. Already some slow-go traffic waiting for you over here on 240 East, trying to get past Poplar. It's also picked up with more volume on 240 East and West around Mill Branch, especially eastbound from Mill Branch all the way out to 385 Billmore. Parkway still holding up right now as you head on out into Collierville. It's building through the Midtown area. 240 southbound over here at Union all the way down to Norris. 24/7 reliable crane and rigging services right here in the Memphis area. It's Tomahawk Crane and Rigging. You can check them out online right now at tomahawkcrane.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Oh, yeah. Joining Brian and Brett now on Sports Time is National College Football writer for CBS Sports, Memphis native and Tennessee grad, who you can find on Twitter X at David W. Cobb. It's David Cobb.
David Cobb joins us now on our Sissy's Log Cabin guest line to talk some college basketball and college football. David, I've got to start with the news for the Arkansas Razorbacks. John Calipari picked up another commitment today from Adu Thiero, his big man that was with him at Kentucky, following him to Arkansas. What have you made of what John Calipari has done over these last couple of weeks as he really starts to solidify what his first roster will look like at Arkansas?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest one is John L. Davis out of Florida Atlantic. He was the co-AAC Player of the Year, big part of their Final Four run in 2023. So that's the one, to me, that helps Arkansas stand apart maybe just a touch from what Kentucky has done, because Kentucky's gotten some good players too. And, of course, we're going to compare Kentucky and Arkansas for obvious reasons. Thiero's a nice complementary addition, though. I mean, he is a player with a lot of upside, still pretty raw, though. And I'm a little surprised to see him going to Arkansas because he sometimes struggled to carve out a major role with Calipari at Kentucky. So the fact that Cal was able to get him to come to Arkansas, it probably means he envisions Adu Thiero playing a significant amount of minutes for him next season. And I don't think that's a bad thing because though you don't see his statistics jump off the page, he's a really good defender, really good rebounder, brings a lot of athleticism to the wing, and he can be anything from a 2 to a 4. And if that guy ever starts hitting three-pointers, then watch out. You'll see his name on NBA mock draft. So that's kind of, I guess, the lay of the land on Adu Thiero. But Arkansas still got a couple of slots to fill. But getting him is a good one because he's got a lot of upside and a couple of years left to still figure it out.
David, I say it a little bit here locally that we're doing it again with the hype for next year. We're 1 month today. I think that's right. I think we're 1 month today removed from UConn cutting down the nets. That is Wednesday. We're still not even a month. We're still not even a month, and we already have some here talking Tigers second weekend. Along those lines, we have a lot around here with the John Calipari news, and it's kind of a force of his nature of, here goes Cal again. To what? To a first-round exit?
Yeah, it's easy to get carried away in the hype of the portal season because you get 5 or 6 talented players and you let your imagination run wild. Meanwhile, there's teams around the country who are returning almost everything from high-caliber squads. I mean, look at what Marquette's going to bring back. Yeah, they lose Tyler Kolek, but Cam Jones is ready to be an All-American out of the city of Memphis, played at ECS, right? So you look at Creighton. They're going to bring back Ryan Kalkbrenner and Stephen Ashworth and Mason Miller out of the city of Memphis, another kid with a lot of experience now under his belt. And so it's easy to get swept away when you add 6 or 7 transfers because you forget that there's a whole lot of other really good teams out there that didn't have to add 6 or 7 transfers, and you hadn't heard anything about them because it's all the same players who were on their NCAA tournament team from a year ago. So that's the peril of this time of year. We know we did our transfer portal winners and losers, and I co-bylined that with my colleague Cameron Salerno, and I was on the fence. Do I put Memphis as a winner? I decided not to, but Cameron said we should. I said, all right, I'm open to that. I'm not opposed to that.